So anyway, the FBI has busted a real-life terrorist attack that was planned on Roblox. Alice, what's this about?
So I think we've got a picture of the Roblox crime being committed. So this is a real-world attack.
Can you just do a bit of what is Roblox?
So, for anyone who doesn't know, Roblox is...
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at some Lego.
Yeah, it looks
talking
quite
to
like
each
Lego.
other?
So the person in white is the person who has been arrested for his crime.
But they are a piece of Lego. I don't
yeah,
understand.
So
How does
you
the
make
FBI...
a character. So I've played Roblox before.
there's a human behind that.
There's a human behind it. So I used to play Roblox because I would support autistic children and teenagers. And it was during the pandemic. And it was like, we need to have a social group. But there's the pandemic. So what do we do? Let's all play Roblox together. So you go on as your little Lego person.
You're a sort of character that
yeah, and it's like people make different games. And so the two games that we played, so it's kind of like crowdsourcing game creation. They'd used Roblox to make... a shark game. So one person in the group would randomly become a shark and everyone else would have to swim away. And there was another one called Hole in the Wall where your character would have a wall coming towards them with a shape cut out and you'd have to make your character like
the shape to survive,
to not be knocked into like some lava
or crushed.
So that's what Roblox is. Very popular among children
this guy
and
called
teenagers.
Berger.
This guy, James W. Berger.
Yeah. He's made terrorist threats with his Lego character.
Allegedly. A man from Texas, and I did a lot of research about this. I watched a very long video trying to just understand like what his actual beliefs were, and it seems like he's got a kind of alt-right vibe, but also was radicalized into being a Sunni Muslim who wanted to kill Shia Muslims. So there's just a lot going on. And I was watching this video and this person was saying like, actually, it wasn't just him. It was like 5 people all going onto this server, this game called Church, which is a place where lots of people with very strong political views assemble and just kind of talk about stuff. And what I thought was interesting is they only got caught, or he only got caught. The other 4 or 5 people are still out there just talking about whatever they want to. They were only caught because somebody online reported it. So there was nothing in Roblox's kind of content moderation, which is pretty robust. Like they're very active.
I want to come back to the getting caught bit because there is some interesting things around that and that are very related to our global signal exchange and the type of things we're talking about. And I'll come back to you on that, Emily. But first of all, just to get my head around this, the Roblox is, forgive me if I'm wrong, a large percentage of whom are children playing on there.
Lots of children
and the
teenagers.
kids interact with their friends and strangers.
Yeah.
And it faces persistent challenges as a platform with inappropriate content and interactions because children are exposed to inappropriate content, including sexualized avatars, violent games, and crude humor, cyberbullying, and stuff like that. But Roblox does implement parental controls and safety features. So it seems that in this case of organized terrorism, the
parental controls didn't quite do the job.
Right. Okay.
So
what's the gap here?
It's very interesting because I've been sort of researching, like, why is it that places like Discord and Roblox and Snapchat are used to conduct things like child sexual exploitation, which at the moment is the #1 way in which children are exploited commercially. And there's an increased amount of children being sexually exploited, so sort of blackmailed with explicit pictures. And a lot of the time, these stories can be really tragic. They can end really, really badly. Roblox are quite active in their child protection. They've done a lot.
Sure.
They've had a lot of problems, and they've done a lot because where you have a lot of children, you've also got a lot of predators. But what I thought was kind of remarkable was on the 13th of March, the CEO and co-founder Dave Baszucki, co-founder of Roblox, said, if you're not comfortable, don't let your kids be on Roblox, which to me was didn't really match with the efforts that Roblox has made to protect children. And it sort of felt to me, I'm always quite struck by how much we very quickly just take children offline. We take them off the internet.
Yeah,
we take them
cancel.
away. We do a sort of abstinence approach to online safety. And my background as a speech therapist was working with adults, very vulnerable adults with learning disabilities, and there was a notable case where an adult had their social media use limited, and the judge found it to be a violation of their human rights under the Mental Capacity Act. And so, the British Medical Journal this year have published findings that a total abstinence approach is an unrealistic and potentially detrimental approach to protecting children online.
Yeah, so this sort of binary approach of
just
accept it or leave is falling short. And Emily, so that takes me to the global signal exchange, because actually at the heart of this was something that you mentioned, which was almost like a neighbourhood watch report. And what we've been doing at the global signal exchange is trying to encourage the organisation itself to get into threat reporting, is to say, I think we may have an actor on here. We don't have enough evidence to sort of go through £250,000 fraud case or an action against them, but we're worried. Could everybody else in the ecosystem look at this? Now, how did the FBI get him? They got him in two ways. Number one was electronic device searches, which is actually gives the game away on the whole necessary backdoor ways for FBI and law enforcement, public safety to actually get behind and underneath electronic devices. I hope Apple is listening. But the other one that got me was through billing information. That wherever you've got accounts or sign-ups, you've usually got the banks.
Follow the money is often a very powerful way of just exploring, other information. You mentioned it, Lucian. At the end of the year, you have to sum up your entire business activity through the medium of your accounts. And the accounts really tell a story. You can tell what people are doing because of what they've transacted. But the link back to the global signal exchanges is right. If you can join up payment activity with other things that may or may not be suspicious, then it gives you that insight, and it's that community approach, replicating the village type of thing, the curtain twitching of the village, the neighbourhood watch thing, which is like, if one person thinks something looks dodgy, so what? If everybody from different perspectives is like, that's looking a bit funny from the way you can immediately see where the risks of that approach would arise. So you need proper safeguards. However, at the same time, that amplification, that sort of the overlap gives you more confidence in pursuing a potential lead.
Thank you very much. So ROBLOX, please get in touch with the Global Signal Exchange. There is a middle way. You don't have to, you don't have to ask people to leave your business, leave your service, leave the environment that's so fun for most people. That there is a middle way, and that is the GSE, Global Signal Exchange. Please get in touch.